So as we wrap up our literacy hacks, friends, I thought it would be so much fun to share a story with you, and I consulted with our fantabulous teacher librarian, Miss Fight, who encouraged me to read a story by David Bedricki. David Bedricki is an author-illustrator that actually visited Bridgeview back in 2008. And so this is a book written by David Bedricki titled Santa Retires. And I'm going to read this with you so that you have a visual and audio story to enjoy over our winter break as you spotlight reading our fifth hack. Santa Retires by David Bedricki. Just because I wear a red suit and make toys, everyone thinks I'm jolly. Oh, I'm happy when I'm making toys, but when I have to deliver them? David Bedricki was an awesome illustrator, so I hope you enjoy these pictures as well. Forget it. Sacks are getting bigger, chimneys are getting smaller, and you never know what the weather will throw at you. Then one day after Christmas, Mrs. Claus showed me something we got in the mail. We liked what we saw. We packed our bags, put the elves in charge, and kissed the reindeer goodbye. They are going on a trip to Mistletoe Island. I wonder what that will be like. Mrs. Claus and I went to the airport and waited in line. We didn't want anyone to recognize us. I thought we looked pretty cool. Santa's got some sweet giddy up going on there. It was hot and sunny when we arrived at Mistletoe Island. I was feeling better already. Mr. Tinsel showed us around the place. He said I reminded him of someone, but he couldn't remember who. I couldn't wait to hit the pool. It had been a long time since I had been in a swimming pool. It had been a long time since I had done a cannonball. Santa doing a cannonball. I wonder what that will make happen. I needed to lose weight. Great illustration. So we started playing tennis. Mrs. Claus was really good. We did lots of yoga. We went for long walks on the beach. I even took dance lessons. We were eating well and getting in shape. This was the life. Mrs. Claus and I talked about making Mistletoe Island our new home. Then the reindeer showed up. They wanted to party, but I had a better idea. I took them surfing. Rudolph could really hang 10, but we had to rescue Blitzen. What do you notice in that picture happening with those characters? That night, Mrs. Claus served up a healthy meal. I figured it was a perfect time to tell the reindeer I was going to retire. They didn't take the news very well. What do you see in that picture that tells you the reindeer did not take the news very well? The reindeer sadly went back to the North Pole. Mrs. Claus and I went back to swimming, surfing, and yoga. But things just weren't the same. I missed my team. I tried taking a cooking class, but I wasn't very good at making a souffle. I wasn't very good at tennis either. I was good at making toys. And I just wasn't jolly anymore. That's when I picked up a newspaper. Things were looking good up at the North Pole. Notice the paper says, Santa retires. Mrs. Claus and I headed straight up for the airport. When we returned to the North Pole, we found the reindeer wouldn't eat. Toys were missing parts or had too many parts, and the sleigh had become home to a family of polar bears. Mrs. Claus and I rolled up our sleeves and got to work. I wonder what kind of work they got to. By Christmas Eve, the reindeer were ready. So were the toys and the sleigh. It was a beautiful sight. I was feeling jolly again. I've decided not to retire just yet, but we did decide to take a vacation every year. Mistletoe Island, here we come. I hope you enjoyed this story written by David Bedricki. Santa retires, and I wish you all a very Merry Christmas.